Well, good afternoon, everyone. Today is August the 24th, and I just wanted to come in and send a word of encouragement to the individual out there that is struggling. It's hump day, it's a Wednesday, right? And more than likely, your day is getting along pretty good. And if you're anything like me, I'm not sure you can give me some feedback. If you're anything like me, I start out really at a high level. If I don't start out at a high level, it's because something physically is ailing me, right? Okay. So, but for the most part, I tell people my physical body doesn't control me. Like, I may not be physically feeling well, but my energy, my spirit is great. And they'll call me or text me, how are you doing? I'm in pain, but my spirit and my attitude is a-okay, right? And then somehow or another, we start interacting with human beings. Do you do that? Do you interact with people? Absolutely, right? Because there's really no way to get around interacting with people. We need to interact with people. That is a part of life. And so somehow or another during the course of the day, almost done with the work day, I'll notice in the back of my head, that little stinking thinking is there. That attitude is there. And today I've gotten to the point where I'm the master of my spirit, right? I control how much of my energy I extend to others and how much of theirs I receive. Today, I want to talk to you about how to manage the day up and down, the mood swings, the energy going up, coming down, those negative interactions, and how to actually handle those so that when you walk away from them, and if you're in recovery, right, when you go to actually do your 10th step at night, it's not bogged down with all of this negative interaction that truly you owe an amends for, or you somehow participated in that, right? How to go through the course of your day, the ebb and flow of the day. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. How to go through the course of your day, the ebb and flow of the day, and come out not worse than how you started it, but to actually feel increased, to actually feel uh, strong and secure in your being, no matter who or what comes along your way. How do you do that? Well, it's not a secret. People that know me understand that this is a part of my everyday life, but it's something today I really wanted to talk to you about because there's been some significant losses in my life and in the lives of family members. And some of those losses that we've had to deal with were losses by choice, where individuals just got tired of the routine, got tired of the pain, got tired of all the negative energy. And at some point, they just made a decision, I'm done with this life. They didn't go around tooting their horn talking about being done. Maybe they did months in advance or years ago, but at some point in time, the people in their immediate area, day-to-day living, didn't pick up on the fact that this was going to be the day that they were going to, their loved one would take their life and leave them. And I thought about that. How is it that one person dealing with stress and anxiety and health issues chooses to hold on, and another person, they were choosing to hold on up until the point that they didn't? How does that happen? I really want to share a little story with you, but there's a piece of me that just, nah, I don't want to go that deep. But seeing how I started it, I am going to attempt to go all the way in. right? I'm going to go all the way in on this. I want to tell you about a time in my life where it was already stressful. I was already struggling with religiosity and trying to live up to that as a young woman. And I couldn't, I was just really struggling with self acceptance and people accepting me and being okay within my own skin. And even though I was pretty fit and had one of those shapes that were beautiful, the outside looked a lot better than the inside was feeling. And on this particular day, I did not want to live another second. And I was at a family reunion, a family gathering. I'll just call it a family gathering. And I really felt that those individuals in my family were not accepting me for who I was. And if you know anything about my childhood story, I mean, these are just old wounds refestering, whether they were actively, literally responsible for it or not. They were just childhood things that had come up that were undealt with. And I was just feeling rejected and unloved. And it's just not true. Let me just say that that's not true. I'm very well loved by my family. But for some reason, this particular day, I remember sitting in my parents in their bedroom, and everybody was downstairs in the backyard. And I remember thinking to myself, need a cough, excuse me. I remember thinking to myself, this is going to be the day. I'm not going to feel like this another second. I am going to make them all pay for making me feel like this. I wanted them to pay. And I went to digging in my pop's closet and I found some leather belts and I figured out a way to make a noose hanging from, I don't know if you know about ceiling fans, but they are pretty sound, right? And so I found a way to weave this belt around the fan. I wouldn't call them spokes, but I found a way to weave it around the fan, right? The ceiling fan. And there I was with this noose. And I was trying to think, at what point do I wait till they're almost done enjoying themselves and then do this? Or at what point, and who would probably be the person to find it? I was really unhealthy. Mental illness that sounds like a buzzword to some people, but I was mentally very unhealthy. My mental health was very unhealthy at that time. And I was a little nervous. I mean, I've gone this far and I'm sitting in this room. There's dressers, there's a bed, there's an easy boy chair. And I found this little chair, just a regular old metal chair that you scoot up to any old table. I found that little table or that little chair and I got up on it and I put the noose around my neck and I started to play with this noose. I started to drop my weight into the noose. And I just wanted to see if it would hold me because I really didn't think once I kicked that chair away that I would have that much space. I probably would struggle and try to save myself, but I wanted to make sure that it wasn't going to be the noose that broke, right? That if this was not successful, it wasn't the noose. Yeah, it's just one of many horrible, horrible, horrible moments that I'm sharing with you. But I'm sharing it with you because I want to emphasize to you how giving time, how valuable that can be, even when you know you're not healthy, right? The difference between those that actually commit suicide and those that don't. What's the difference? And is there that much of a difference? Let me share this with you because I have a paper due in a few hours and I want to finish it. I told you guys I was going to do that, right? I want to finish it. And so I was almost sure that if I kicked this chair away, that would be it. It would be just a matter of moments and it would be over. Then all of a sudden, I'm upstairs. I hear a voice, a female's voice, kind of happy, kind of giggly, right? And then I hear some feet on the carpet, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, they are not going to the bathroom. They're coming to this room. I got to figure out how to not let them see this in this moment. And I took that noose from around my neck and I jumped down off of that chair and I sat my rear end right in that easy boy chair, just in time for a door that had a double bolt lock on it. It had this kind of lock that just slides over into that little nook and cranny, and it had one of these locks on it. 2 locks. And would you know, they twisted the door handle and came straight into the room. And the person that came in there, I think I've told them this story. I'm not really sure. They looked at me. They looked past the noose that was hanging. They looked over at me and they said, "Are you okay? I was just wondering if you're hungry. I can bring you a plate." And I could not believe that they did not see that noose. Right? This is how the devil works sometimes, and try to use people in their intense moment and preoccupation to be used against you, because I interpreted that to me. You don't care about me. There's no way you can see that. I can see it. I have to look at it just to look at you. Are you serious? Whoa. So no, I'm fine. I'm fine. They didn't say another word. Well, if you need anything, let me know. They turned around and left. Pulled the door up. I was like, oh, that was my answer. It's over. That was exactly what I needed. Yep, I'm gonna do it. Jumped up, tugged on the door. I didn't have to relock the door. The door was locked. It's odd. I can't get out without unlocking it. So how did they get in? Don't matter, I'm done anyway. I had a made up mind. I had a made up mind that I was going to end it all. My. You know, and it was over those abortions, losing my babies, those forced abortions. I really, really, really had so much self-loathing and hatred, so much. And so I get back up there, and this time I'm not getting down from the chair. This is going down. And this will be her final memory of me. How did you not see this? Really? And I go to do the noose again. But now I'm hearing a man's voice and a woman's voice. A man's voice and a woman's voice. And giggling and talking like they were happy, coming down the hall, the direction of the door again. This cannot, how is it they are interrupting me like this? This cannot be happening. You know what happened. I took the noose off, jumped back down that chair just in the nick of time for them to walk through the door. They looked past the same noose. "We brought you something to eat. We know you must be hungry." Laid it on the side of the bed, turned around and left. Now, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but my spiritual awareness wasn't dead. I had enough sense to know that that door was locked. I didn't get back on that chair. I did not get back on that chair. I left the chair right there. And something in that little moment, giving time, something in that moment said, girl, you probably tired. You know you have insomnia. Maybe you're just not thinking well. Maybe you're sleepy. Why don't you take a nap? And if you feel the same way when you wake up, then okay. Do you know I lay down for the better portion of 2 hours, hour and a half to 2 hours. I woke up. It's like, whoa, whoa. Who put that up there? Oh, no, 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 no. I didn't even recall putting it up there. Just a little bit of rest. Just a little bit of rest. I went and talked to my mother, and I told her, I'm not doing good. I promised you that if I'm ever not doing very good, that I will come tell you that I am not okay. And this is one of those times. I need you to go ahead and take me to the hospital because I'm not doing good, Mom. Not at all. And I love you. I'm keeping my commitment, my word to you. We need to do something, and we need to do something now. I should not be left alone. Do you know I was in the hospital so fast? So what's the difference? I personally believe that those were angels that came through that door. I personally believe those were angels in the form of my relatives that came through that door to interrupt me, to give time. But also, I had a plan. In my healthy mind, I made a pact with someone, my mother. And I wanted to keep, in my healthy state of mind, I wanted to keep that pact. And I knew exactly who to go tell. So I want to reach out to you today. And I want to say that sometimes the difference between suicidal ideation and actually carrying it out, the difference sometimes is just a little window of time, just a tiny window of time. And we need to give time, people. We need to be aware if we're not healthy, or we have this history, or we're feeling extremely stressed out, and we have a history of mental illness, of depression and suicidal ideation, and cutting, and all of these things that go with crises. We need to give time. And now is the time to find someone you trust that loves you and has your best interests at heart. Okay? Can you do that? Because I know you have children that have children, and you have parents and siblings. You have people that really love you. And they may not be showing it all the time because they're human, but they really love you. They really love you. And so I need for you to act responsibly. If you are one of those individuals, up and down, and sometimes when you're down, it's way, way down, I want you to find a confidant. I want you to make a pact with them. And I want you to commit. Commit to MightyStream, right? To God, if you believe in God, to your loved one, that I am not going to create that level of harm. Even on my worst day, I'm going to come running and letting you know that I need help. I'm in a place where I'm in a spot right now. I can't handle this by myself. I need help. I think sometimes the difference of someone walking it out and not walking it out. it's time, and that they have a plan, that they know themselves well enough to know that they need a plan of action where you don't have to do a lot of conversating with the person. Look, if I text you hashtag exclamation mark, smiley face, tear face, right? If I text you such and such and such and such, you need to know it's urgent. You need to know I'm in trouble, and we need to have a plan for that, right? It's not easy to disclose yourself to that level. It's not easy to embrace other people in a society where everyone is judging everyone. Everyone is short-tempered. Not everyone. Not everyone. And if the people that you are worried about loving you and accepting you cannot embrace this part of your personality, they're probably not the type of people to be on your team in a crisis. And I'm not saying distance yourself from loved ones like that. I don't have any authority to do that, but I'm saying let's taking count of the people in our corner and the ones that we can actually let them know I'm not well. I'm not well right now. This is really, really bothering me. And my pattern is this is how it goes. You know, I've had some beautiful, beautiful years since then. And it's all been like a work in progress. Not every day is a perfect day. Coming away from this surgery, I've had some not so happy days, but my spirit and my energy was fortified. And I knew who I am and whose I am and those that love me. I'm not dropping the ball on you. It's not going to happen on my watch, because today I have a made up mind that the people that are in my life, they love me and I love them. If no one's told you today, as my old friend Phil would say, if no one has told you that they love you today, I, MightyStream, love you. And I know this is a deep topic, but there's a lot of people out there. You're posting beautiful pictures and making nice reels, but the real deal, real deal, what's really going on inside is that you want to quit. And I have to keep coming in here until God lets me let it go. I have a burden to tell someone. Today's not the day. We're not taking our lives today, right? Right? We're not doing that today. We're going to do something more positive and something more healthy and something more beneficial and something more futuristic, something more powerful and energetic that fits who you actually are and honors who you are and honors those in your life that you love and that love you. I hope this blesses someone. I'll be talking to you later. You take care. Really. No, really. You take care. I'm counting on you.